There is something funny about human beings. Sometimes the things that make us special are the exact things we fail to notice about ourselves. You can walk into a room, say a few words, smile at someone, and leave, without realizing that someone remembered that moment for the rest of the day. You think you were just being yourself. But someone else was thinking, there is something different about this person. And the interesting part, most attractive people don't actually walk around believing they are attractive. They are usually the ones who say things like, I don't understand why people treat me differently. I don't know why people open up to me so quickly. I don't think there is anything special about me. And that right there is where psychology becomes fascinating. Because attraction is not only about a perfect face, expensive clothes, or looking like someone from a magazine. Human beings are attracted to energy. They are attracted to confidence. They are attracted to the way someone makes them feel. The famous psychologist Carl Jung spent years studying the hidden parts of the human mind, the parts we don't always understand about ourselves. And one powerful idea from Jung's work is this: the more connected you are to your true self, the more powerful your presence becomes. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who wasn't the loudest person in the room? Maybe they weren't trying to impress anybody. Maybe they weren't chasing attention. But somehow, everyone noticed them. You look at them and think, what is it about this person? That is the mystery of attraction. Today, we are going to talk about 12 signs that you may be far more attractive than you realize. And some of these signs might surprise you because they have nothing to do with your appearance. So while watching this video, I want you to do something. Don't just listen. Look at yourself honestly. Ask yourself, have I been ignoring these signs in my own life? Because by the end of this video, you might discover something about yourself that you never noticed before. And make sure you stay until the end, because the last few signs are the ones many people completely misunderstand. Now, let's get into it. Sign number 1. People naturally want to know more about you. Have you ever had someone meet you for the first time and suddenly start asking you questions? Not because they are being polite, but because they are genuinely curious about you. They ask, where are you from? What do you do? How do you think like that? Why are you so calm? You might think, they are just being friendly. And maybe sometimes they are. But when this happens often, it can be a sign that your presence creates curiosity. And curiosity is a powerful part of attraction. Think about a movie trailer. The best trailers don't show everything. They give you just enough to make you want to know more. Some people are like that. They don't walk into a room trying to be interesting. They simply have depth. They have experiences. They have stories. They have a way of looking at life that makes people want to discover more. Carl Jung talked a lot about the idea of becoming your true self, and people who are comfortable being themselves often become naturally interesting. Because there is no performance, there is no fake personality, there is just a real human being. And let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that people sometimes tell you personal things very quickly, like they just met you, and suddenly they are telling you their life story? That is not random. Some people make others feel safe, and feeling safe is one of the strongest forms of attraction. Because deep down, humans are not only looking for someone beautiful, they are looking for someone who feels like peace. So if people constantly want to know more about you, don't ignore that. You might have a presence that you don't even recognize. Sign number 2. People feel comfortable around you. Let's talk about something very underrated: comfort. Because in today's world, everyone wants to look impressive. Everyone wants to look successful. Everyone wants to show the best version of themselves. But sometimes the most attractive person in the room is simply the person who makes everyone feel relaxed. You know that person, the one you can sit with for hours, and somehow the conversation never feels difficult. No pressure, no pretending, no acting. You can just be yourself. That kind of energy is rare, and rare things are valuable. Have you ever noticed how some people make you feel tired after 5 minutes, and other people make you feel better after an entire conversation? That difference is energy. Your personality affects how people feel when they are around you. A person with calm confidence creates a different atmosphere. They don't need to dominate the conversation. They don't need everyone looking at them. Their presence speaks before they even say anything. And here's something funny. A lot of people with this quality don't even know they have it. They think, I'm just listening. I'm just being nice. I'm just being myself. Exactly. That is the point. Real attraction often comes from things people do naturally, not things they force. So if people relax around you, if strangers start conversations with you, if people feel like they can trust you, that might be a bigger sign of attraction than you realize. Sign number 3. People remember small things about you. This one is interesting. Have you ever had someone remember something you said weeks ago? You mentioned your favorite song, a small story from your childhood, a little detail about your life, and later they bring it up. You think, wait, you actually remembered that. When people remember small details about you, it often means you made an impression. Because the human brain does not remember everything, think about yesterday. You probably saw hundreds of faces. You probably heard hundreds of words. But how many moments truly stayed with you? Usually, we remember things that create emotion, and attractive people often create emotion. Not always because they are the funniest, not always because they are the most beautiful, but because they make people feel something. Maybe they make people feel understood. Maybe they make people feel inspired. Maybe they make people feel comfortable. The feeling becomes connected to the person. That is why someone can forget a conversation with a stranger, but remember a 5-minute conversation with someone special. So if people remember little things about you, pay attention. Your presence may be leaving a bigger mark than you think. Sign number 4. You don't try too hard to impress people. Now this one is interesting because it goes against what many people believe. A lot of people think being attractive means constantly proving yourself, showing everyone how smart you are, showing everyone how successful you are, showing everyone how amazing your life is. But have you noticed something? The people who are truly confident usually don't need to announce it. A tree does not scream, "Look at me, I am tall." It simply grows. Confidence is similar. A person who knows their value doesn't spend all day begging others to recognize it. They walk differently. They speak differently. They are comfortable with silence, and silence is powerful. Some people become uncomfortable when there is no attention. But a person who is comfortable with themselves can sit quietly and still have a strong presence. Carl Jung believed that self-awareness was one of the keys to personal growth. When you stop fighting yourself and accept who you are, something changes. You become more natural, and natural confidence is attractive. Think about it. Would you rather spend time with someone who is desperately trying to impress you, or someone who is simply happy being themselves? Most people choose the second person, because authenticity feels refreshing. So if you are someone who doesn't chase attention, if you don't need everyone to approve of you, if you can be yourself, even when nobody is watching, that might be one of your most attractive qualities. Sign number 5. People copy your energy without realizing it. Have you ever noticed something funny? You sit with someone for a while, and suddenly they start using your words. They start laughing the way you laugh. They even start matching your mood. That is something humans naturally do. We mirror people we feel connected with. When someone feels comfortable around you, their brain starts creating a small connection with you. If you are calm, they may become calmer. If you are positive, they may feel more positive. If you are playful, they may become more playful. And this is why your energy matters, because people don't only remember what you say, they remember how they felt around you. You can forget a conversation, you can forget someone's exact words, but you rarely forget someone who made you feel good. Think about the people you enjoy being around. Most likely it is not because they are perfect. It is because being around them feels easy. They bring something peaceful into your day. So if people naturally match your energy, smile more around you, or become more open when they are with you, that could be a sign that your presence has an effect on people. And the funny thing is, you might be doing it without even trying. Sign number 6. People notice you when you enter a room. Now let's talk about something many people misunderstand. Being noticed does not always mean being the loudest person. Actually, sometimes the quietest person gets the most attention. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room and everyone somehow notices? They didn't make a big entrance. They didn't announce themselves. They just arrived. That is presence. Some people have a calm confidence that makes people curious. They are not begging for attention. They are not looking around asking, "Does everyone like me?" They are simply comfortable where they are. And that comfort is powerful. A person who is at peace with themselves carries a different kind of energy. You can feel it. It is like walking into a room and noticing someone sitting quietly in the corner. You don't even know why, but something about them catches your attention. That is not always about appearance. That is about presence, your posture, your eye contact, your confidence, the way you carry yourself. Sometimes attraction starts before you even say a word. Sign number 7. People come to you for advice. This is a big one. Have you ever had someone say, "I don't know why, but I feel like I can talk to you"? Maybe they ask for your opinion. Maybe they share a personal problem. Maybe they trust your judgment. This says something important. People don't open their hearts to everyone. They usually choose people who feel safe, mature, and understanding, and that is a very attractive quality, because beauty can catch someone's attention, but character makes people stay. A person who listens well is rare. A person who understands without judging is rare. A person who can bring calm when life feels messy is rare. And rare things stand out. So if people often come to you when they need support, don't see it as a small thing. It means they see something valuable in you. They see someone they can trust. And trust is one of the deepest forms of attraction. Sign number 8. You are comfortable being different. Let's be honest. The world is full of people trying to fit in. People change the way they dress. They change their opinions. They hide parts of themselves because they are afraid of judgment. But there is something very attractive about someone who says, "This is who I am," not in an arrogant way, not in a way that looks down on others, but in a peaceful way. They don't need permission to be themselves. They understand that being different is not a weakness. It is what makes them memorable. Think about the people who inspire you. Usually they are not inspiring because they copied everyone else. They are inspiring because they brought something unique. Your strange little habits, your unusual interests, your different way of seeing life. Those things might actually be the things people love about you. Sometimes the things you try to hide are the things that make you unforgettable. So if you have always felt a little different, maybe that is not something you need to fix. Maybe that is something you need to embrace. Sign number 9. People smile when they see you. This one seems simple, but it says a lot. Have you noticed someone's face change when you walk in? Maybe they become happier. Maybe they smile naturally. Maybe their mood becomes lighter. That means your presence is connected to a positive feeling. And that is powerful. Attraction is not only about looking good, it is about the emotions people experience around you. A person who brings warmth into a room becomes someone people want to be near. So if people naturally smile when they see you, don't ignore that. Your energy may be speaking before your words do. Sign number 10. You are a good listener. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, someone who truly listens becomes unforgettable. A lot of people are waiting for their turn to talk, but a great listener makes people feel important. They make people feel seen, and that is rare. When someone feels understood by you, a connection starts to grow. You don't always need the perfect words. Sometimes giving someone your full attention is the most attractive thing you can offer. Sign number 11. You have a quiet confidence. Real confidence is not always loud. Sometimes confidence looks like staying calm when things go wrong. It looks like not needing everyone's approval. It looks like knowing your worth without announcing it. The most attractive people are often comfortable with who they are. They don't pretend to be perfect. They accept themselves. And that kind of self-acceptance is powerful, because people are naturally drawn to someone who is at peace with themselves. Sign number 12. You make people feel like themselves. This might be the biggest sign of all. Have you ever met someone and felt like you didn't need to pretend? You could laugh freely. You could talk openly. You could just be yourself. Those people are special, because the greatest form of attraction is not making people admire you. It is making people feel comfortable being who they are. And if people feel that way around you, you have something very valuable. You create a space where people feel accepted. That is a beautiful quality. So after hearing these 12 signs, maybe you see yourself differently. Maybe being attractive was never about having a perfect face or trying to impress everyone. Maybe it was always about your energy, your kindness, your confidence, and the way people feel when they are around you. Carl Jung believed that the journey of life is about understanding yourself and becoming more fully who you are. And sometimes the qualities we search for in others are already inside us. So don't underestimate yourself. The little things you do every day, the way you listen, the way you smile, the way you make people feel safe, those things matter. Now I want to hear from you. Which sign connected with you the most? Was it your confidence, your ability to make people comfortable, or maybe something you never noticed before? Write your answer in the comments because I would love to hear your story. And remember, the most attractive thing you can ever become is not someone everyone notices. It is someone who is truly comfortable being themselves. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.